So I was talking to one of my students, and he said that he wants to study 8 hours a day. He wants to do revision, mocks, everything for this exam, and he want to definitely crack this exam. So we sat down and we made a plan. So we decided daily goals and weekly goals for him, and then we got on to execution. But then after a couple of days, he messages me that, ma'am, even though I have a lot of willpower, I really want to sit down and study, but I'm not able to study more than 3-4 hours a day. What is wrong with me? Something is wrong with me. Am I not good enough to pass? I'm feeling very demotivated and stressed. And I know this is the problem for many of the students. So in this video, we are going to fix that problem. Make sure you do watch this video till the end. Okay. So first of all, why do we procrastinate? Why do we stress so much? See, your exam is 3 months after today. And you have made probably the plan for the whole 3 months. You have decided that you will complete classes, you will complete revision, you will solve mocks, exam papers, revision, all of that. Now, once you decide that and you sit down to study, there are two ways possible. One, you can be detached from that whole huge plan and you can focus on one day at a time. Okay, you've made the plan, you've decided weekly and daily goals. Now your job is just to finish today's task. Nothing else you have to be worried about. That is one approach. Second approach, and the most common approach, is that once we make the huge plan, instead of feeling relieved, we feel more stressed. We start worrying about, oh my god, I have to do so many subjects, classes, mocks, I have to give the exam. And that's such a huge stress of executing the upcoming plan for the 3-4 months. It doesn't let us even focus for one day. When we start studying, instead of focusing on that one question, on that one chapter, we start thinking about so many things that we have to do. So how do we fix that? Number one thing is, see, in this exam, if you really want to pass, you have to learn to master your mind. This is an underrated skill. It is not taught in any of our curriculum, in any of our subjects. But this is the one skill that is going to differentiate between you and someone who passes the exam. That means, see, even the topper, even the rankers, anybody and everybody is going to face the exact same stress that you are feeling right now. But what differentiates between who passes the exam and who doesn't is that someone who passes the exam, they know how to manage stress. Okay, so that means when you feel stressed, you have to not get too emotional. You have to understand that, okay, we'll manage this. We have made a plan for this. You have to believe that plan you have made. And then you have to realize that the most practical and controllable thing right now that we can do is just do this one day right. Today, the plan that I have made, that today's task is one step of that huge, massive 100-step plan. So today my job is just to do this one step right. Today I have decided I'm going to focus on 2 chapters. Let me just do 2 chapters. Today I just have to do 8 hours. Let me do 8 hours. Today I have to do 5 hours of classes and revise it. Okay, I'm going to just do that. That's your job and you're done with it. You're one step closer to finishing your whole plan. Tomorrow, you have to do tomorrow's task. Day after tomorrow, you have to do day after tomorrow's task. That's it. Let's say you don't complete the whole plan. Then you can carry it forward. That's why we have buffer days in our plans, right? You have to learn to detach yourself from that huge stress, from that emotion and roller coaster that is going on in your mind. And you have to bring yourself back to doing the right thing now. It comes with practice. I'm not saying it's easy. It will come with practice. Every time you start stressing, bring yourself back and study. Another very common thing that you need to understand to stop procrastinating is that when you start preparing, initially, it's going to take you some time to build that habit of studying for 8 to 12 hours. See, so far you have not been studying as much. Now the results are out. Now the exam dates are out. Now the exam form is out. Now you're all serious and you want to study 8 to 10 hours a day. It will not come overnight. One day you decide you're going to study 10 hours from now on. It will not happen just like that. Your body needs to adapt to sitting regularly for so many hours. Your mind needs to adapt to concentrating for such long hours every day. It may happen that by the end of the day, you only study for 6 to 7 hours. That's okay. In the first week or so, it's okay. You have to give yourself credit that you were consistent enough. Okay, the next week, you have to push yourself a little bit harder and you have to get to 7-8 hours. You have to cut down on other areas where you're wasting time. And that way, next week, you will get to 7-8 hours. And then the coming week, you might get to 9 hours. From the day one, please do not expect that you will be studying 8-9 hours. It doesn't happen. And that kind of pressure is just an unrealistic pressure. It will unnecessarily make you feel like you are less than enough. You're not. You just need a habit. You just need to adapt. Your body and mind, they're very strong. They can do anything in the world. You have to believe that. You have to believe you can do anything in this world. You just need to practice it long enough. Okay, so this one thing you need to understand. And then accordingly, once you get into that flow, automatically the output is going to start coming. You just have to be consistent. Every day you have to sit down and study. Every day you have to take out 6 to 7 hours minimum from now itself if you are serious about passing the exam. Number 3 that you have to do is you have to be a little forgiving and kind to yourself. We make mistakes, we all do. Okay, so you have made a plan, but you have not fully executed that plan. Maybe you couldn't because you're not in the habit. Maybe something made you distracted. Okay, you went on social media or you went out or something like that happened. Now you will sit and crib about it for the next one day. You will say bad things to yourself that I'm not good enough, I'm so stupid, I did this, I did that. Please don't. Address that, okay, I made a mistake. Fine, I made a mistake. So what? Everybody does. Now, how do we fix it? Let's try again tomorrow. And then tomorrow, let's try again. Forget about what you did. And rather, I would even suggest you that go one step further and actually count a couple of good things that you did. Even though you decided that maybe you will study 8 hours. You did not study 8 hours. You studied 4 hours. But at least you studied 4 hours. At least you tried. Give yourself credit if you tried. Give yourself credit if you did just one thing right also. Okay? And please do not say so many bad things to yourself. Don't curse yourself. You have to be optimistic and positive. If you want to pass the exam, this is again an underrated thing, but you have to be optimistic. You have to say nice things to yourself. I can do this. So what? One day I did not do it. Today I'm going to study nicely and I'm capable enough. I can crack this exam. All these nice affirmations you have to tell yourself on a regular basis, daily basis, even when you are not performing. You have to tell yourself, I study 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day is so easy for me. This subject, oh my god, this is the easiest subject for me. I can solve any question. I love studying. I love this subject. You have to say all of those things with full emotion and then get down and study. I hope this video helps you, and do join our Telegram channel. And also if you have any comments, please do write them down. I'll reply back.